Hi, this is Stephen Cobb answering your frequently asked questions about Florida criminal law. Today's question is, what will happen at arraignment? Well, let's change that to a question that should be asked, and that is, what's the best strategy for arraignment? Normally at arraignment, what happens is around a couple hundred people most of the time are in a courtroom literally for hours, and one by one people are called what we call down into the well. There's a podium because the seats tend to go up a little bit like this in most courtrooms, not all, but pretty much most of them. And then there's a podium, and then down at the well a person will be called. They'll have to go down there. The prosecutor reads out the charge, and then from there the judge will want to know the answer to a singular question. How do you plead? That's it. They don't want to hear what happened. They don't want to know the full story. They don't want to know anything that's not accurate in a police report. All they want to know is, how do you plead? Now, if it's a misdemeanor court, a person can enter a plea of no contest or guilty on the spot. If it's a felony, the judge will not accept a plea at arraignment. And by the way, arraignment in some counties in this circuit, arraignment is called plea day. Now, why is it called plea day? I have no earthly idea, but if the judges in Okaloosa County or Walton County want to call arraignment court plea day, they can do so because they're called Your Honor. You know, I'm called Steve or Stephen or Mr. Cobb, so they get to say that. When you look in the rules of criminal procedure, it's called arraignment, which is a fancy way of saying formal charging. So that's really what arraignment is and about, no matter what name it's called by. The best strategy, of course, is to have a written plea of not guilty filed by a lawyer, which is companioned with a waiver of arraignment. And I call this the way to avoid setting time on fire, because I think most people, when they're working and busy, don't have time to go sit around the courthouse for a few hours after not getting any sleep the night before just to hear, you know, the prosecutor bellow out the charge in front of all these strangers and embarrass them, and then have the judge looking at them going, how do you plead? You know, it's a lot better to have a lawyer do that. And part of that strategy is the lawyer can file some other defensive motions, which are covered in some other videos in this particular series. But if you have any questions about your case or someone you love, give us a call, 850-423-0035.